Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hooked on Henshins. So, this is the first video of my Rider Week 50th anniversary of Kamen Rider videos that I'm putting out. There should be about four. This one and clearly three other ones. Today is going to be about my personal top 5 favorite Henshin belt slash drivers. Again, I say Henshin belt slash drivers because not all Henshin belts are created equal or the same, I guess you could say. But when you think about Kamen Rider, after you think about main characters and the main rider and the story, the first thing that comes to mind when you think of like a favorite series or whatever is the driver. What is the transformation device we're using? What is it that's helping our hero transform to fight? And it's also what sells the toys. Clearly, the show to hire executives at Toei is nothing but a 30-minute, 22-minute commercial for the toys. So, in a way of thinking, if you think about it that way from a marketing standpoint. So this is my top 5 favorite Kamen Rider drivers or Henshin devices. Again, just like my other top 5 videos, this is just my own personal taste. If your personal choice is not on this list, doesn't mean I hate yours. I either haven't seen the show or I'm not familiar with it or don't own it, or in general like these ones differently or better perhaps. Doesn't mean that they're bad or anything like that. Doesn't mean that I think that the order of my list is like all the way to the very best one, because I love pretty much all of my drivers I own equally. So that out of the way, thank you guys again for liking the videos. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting whenever you guys can. I'm hoping to get some more comments on the videos and stuff like that. Thank you for subscribing. We're at 161, 62 subscribers. Craziness. Love that. Thank you for the support. But yeah, so I guess we'll get started. So the first driver on the list is the Ghost driver from Kamen Rider Ghost. This is actually holds a special place in my heart because Kamen Rider Ghost was the first Kamen Rider series that I watched on my own weekly. I'd never seen a series of Kamen Rider before. And around the time I was watching it, I was also watching, I think, WOWZA, I want to say, weekly. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'm wrong on the timeline there. But anyway, I was watching it weekly. And I remember being blown away by the show, and it's especially the driver. I don't own it. These first two on the list, I don't own the drivers, so I'm sorry about not having a visual aid for that. But a really fantastic driver. I love the design of it. I'll try to throw up a visual on here if I can with editing. That's for future Zach to take care of. I love the design of it. I love the translucent design to it. I love the gimmick item, the icons, EYE. I like that instead of icon, ICON, but also a play on the word of icon as in like important person because of what the show is doing with the icons representing spirits of like historical figures. So I love that. Very well crafted and put together. And I like that unlike some of the other drivers I'll talk about later and other drivers in other seasons, there's no add-ons to it. It's just the driver itself, and then there's just more fancy icons that get put on it. There is another driver past the Ghost driver, the Ghost driver G or whatever it was that helped him turn into Grateful Damashi. Grateful. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoy Ghost driver, and it probably ties hand in hand with how much I really love Ghost as a series. I know that gets hate on the internet. Some people don't like it. I really enjoy it personally. So that's my number 5 pick. My number 4 pick is the Kamen Rider Build driver. Now, I kick myself pretty much daily for not owning this driver. I probably have verging on like a gigantic bruise / like hole formed through my leg or my butt, wherever I'm going to kick myself at for not getting this driver, because I love it. I love the whole mix and match situation. Again, I'll try and put a graphic here if I can. I love the full bottles are super cool, the shaking of them, and the rabbit tank best match. Are you ready? I love that. The build driver is super cool, and I like that it kind of becomes the driver they keep coming back to. And again, another one, there's not really a lot of things super added onto it. I mean, the max hazard trigger is added onto it, I suppose, and a few other items end up kind of adding a piece to it, like the Crossing Magma little full bottle thing in the knuckle, the magma knuckle thing. So that kind of adds to it, and some of the other extra things for some of the other people that end up using the driver. But I really like the build driver. Not to say that I don't like the Splash driver or the Evolt driver, but the build driver is my personal favorite out of the whole series. I like its simple design. I love the crank part of it, just like in Zenkai. I like the crank on that too. And it's just a very unique design. I love the like combining of the two elements together, organic, inorganic, boom, boom, and you get best match, and you get to see what that form looks like. Plus, it makes the forms look really cool. So, really enjoy the build driver. So my number 3 pick is, of course, the Kamen Rider Go Zico driver, whatever you'd like to say. Sorry, there's a notification on my phone. Go away, please. Thank you. Anyway, so that's it right here. I actually have the Go Trinity watch on there if my camera would ever want to focus today, so you could see that. There we go. Yeah. And the GL Ride Watch on it. I'm not going to activate them right now. It's currently like 8 o'clock at night, and both my boys are in bed, so I'd rather not wake them up because it's going to hurt to get them down. But yeah, this is a really nice driver. I like Gio's aesthetic, and I like that the driver carries through that aesthetic of time and like watches and, you know, stopwatches. You know, that's like the whole aesthetic of the ride watches. If I were a lesser man, I'd be collecting way more ride watches than I currently have. With Geo, I was like, you know what? Just get the main power-up forms, and that's it. Do not do anything else. I had to hold myself back. But I really like it. I love the spin aesthetic to it, you know, where you kind of spin the driver to transform. And I like that both Sogo and Gates use it differently in terms of their Henshin poses, and in terms of what items they add to it, I guess, with his power-up forms, with the Shibu and other form little like, what was that called? Like hourglass little ride watch he has. And then clearly Gates' Majesty being essentially, oh my gosh, wow. Grand Geo, but done for secondary riders. But yeah, so that is most definitely my number 3 pick. I really like the design. I love that it carries through the watch aesthetic, and it just feels very unique from drivers we've seen before. I really like, also, I thought about this before I recorded, that some people, because of the little like NXD that's on the top of the driver and like seen in his helmet and some other pieces, people thought that and a few other things are trying to hint at that. We never find out where the driver came from. It just comes out of nowhere. WOWZA's just like, here's a driver. So people's theory for a long time was that it was made by Shocker or Die Shocker or something like that, but that was never confirmed. Nothing ever came of it, of what its origin was at all. Actually, it just kind of exists. But it's a really cool driver, and I like it. I like it a lot. So my number 2 pick, of course, I did not bring it up here, so we're going to swap that out. It would have been the Deca driver, and I really like that one, but this list is going to be a little uneven because all these have been from different series. I really like the 02 driver unit and the key that comes with it for 02, for Kamen Rider 02. I'm not going to activate a bunch with it, but there's that, if you can see it. There is the Rising Hopper key, and of course the Kamen Rider 02 key right there. Press the button, it like flips open. I love that they took that aesthetic from the one of the keys from WOWZA. I think his Zoomerized key or something like that, for his form. But I love this driver. I love that looks like a 2 backwards kind of. I guess maybe in the video it's flipped around. I love the addition to this to the rest of the driver. It feels very like it both blends in with the rest of the driver, and it is very visible. It's an upgrade. I love that in a final form, like add-on to a driver, if there has to be an add-on to it, depending on how the user transforms in that season. But I love the like holographic, kind of paint on stuff, the metallic, the red here. I love the see-through kind of greenish yellow here, which just adds in more to the color scheme of 01. I love his suit design. So I really like that driver. Oh jeez, try not to break things. Oh my god, please don't, please. Okay. And I really love the key. It's super cool with the Satellite Zaya being part of it, and I like its creation in the show, how he kind of like came up with it on his own of like a way to be more powerful than what he was, the next step up from where he was. So yeah, I really like it. I like how it slides over, and boom, that's how you transform. It's just a really super nice driver. I've done clearly a Henshin with it, so of course I love that driver. But yeah, I love the design of it. I love the story significance of it. I do wish it would have got to see it for a little bit longer. COVID kind of made things kind of rocky production wise for poor Zero One, so they had to kind of change some things up. And if you've seen Zero One, you know what I'm talking about as far as how much we see that form and how much we see another form. I'll just leave it there. Um, but yeah, not spoilers for very long because, like I said in my TikTok, we're getting physical releases of uh, Blu-ray DVD of Zero One, and it's gonna be streaming on Tokusatsu soon. So holy shit! But anyway, another one of my favorite drivers. Love it, love it, love it. The Progress keys, they're probably like the rider version to me of the Rio Souls in terms of like needing to keep press the button and flip the key out and stuff like that. Like the Rio Souls, you gotta keep just such a nice feeling to keep pressing the little key and flipping it. So yeah, but my number one pick, again, sorry that I flooded that with two from the same series, because of course my number one pick is the Ames Shot Riser. This was an instant buy. As soon as I saw the episode, I was like, I need that in my life. It is so unique. I know there's been drivers before, like DN's DN driver is a gun, and a few other ones, but a lot of the other ones that aren't straight belts don't then attach to the belt to become the driver and like be there, or can be pulled off at the same time and used as a weapon again. DN's especially is just his weapon and that's it. I'm sure, I'm not as familiar with Kabuto, I'm sure in that one there's weapons that are similar to guns that are used as drivers, sort of, but the unique nature of this and the way that Ames works is kind of like this like counterintelligence, spy police aesthetic, and you very much get that with the design here with the blue and the black and the very, form-fitting design here. It actually has some weight to it, which I like. I've seen a lot of repaints of the Shot Riser actually that I would love to try if I knew how to paint at all past what a caveman could do. Of course, absolutely, I'm the biggest Osamu Fuwa Vulcan fan that exists on the internet. He is my favorite secondary rider for sure. Spoilers for another video, but I'll leave it at that. And of course I got the Rampage Gatling key. I plan on getting Punching Kong, and I think I've pre-ordered the Dire Wolf and Serval Cheetah or Serval whatever it was little set that they're doing for the Ames V Cinema that's coming out soon. But I just love it. I love the jingle with it. I wish I could play it right now, but where I'm recording, it's not possible. But the little Kamen Rider. It's very different, very, very unique. Something that actually that, along with Zero One's driver, got my friend really interested in this series. He's going to be hopefully starting it soon. Yeah, I love the Henshin jingle with it. I love that Fuwa thinks he has to force open all the keys, and you have to authorize them. Another thing with the Zero One driver, I love the authorize. I love that sound effect. It's actually my ringtone on my phone. But yeah, the Shot Riser is a fantastic driver. I love it. I love that it can you can slot it into the belt piece, or you can pull it out, and that actually activates different sounds in it too. I love that back and forth play with that. So yeah, the Shot Riser is definitely my favorite driver probably of all time. Probably an honorable mention in my opinion. Probably to the Gamer driver, just because I like that all the sounds you hear are coming purely from the gashettes. Nothing inside the driver has a single bit of electronics to it. It just has a bunch of mirrors to reflect the images, and that's it. So that's probably my honorable mention for this, which I'm probably going to include honorable mentions in each of these top 5 videos. But yeah, so that's my little top 5 Henshin Belts drivers video. Like I said, I really enjoy those drivers. And a good chunk of those seasons happen to be some of my favorites as well, and my top 5 perhaps, but you'll have to see. So like I said, really enjoy those drivers. I think they're really cool. If you guys want me to do any demo videos of what those drivers can do, the sounds they make, things like that, totally cool with doing that. But yeah, so hope you guys like the video. Hope you guys can share it around if you want to, subscribe if you're your first time to the channel. Thank you, welcome. Subscribe if you like the content, more Toku content. Talk about Rider, talk about Super Sentai, I talk about Power Rangers, lots of different stuff. So yeah, the next one after this, I think, is going to be my top 5 favorite final forms. May they be primary or secondary Rider. And then after that, I'm going to have a top 5 favorite primary riders and a top 5 favorite secondary riders video. So, again, just trying to do some content for Rider Week this week because it's Kamen Rider's 50th anniversary. Let's see from my shirt there. I think 01's at the bottom. There he is. Ichigo Kuga 01, the first of their eras. So, anyway, hope you guys love the video. Happy birthday, Kamen Rider. I hope you guys are around for another 50 million years. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. So, as always, stay hooked on Henshins. Bye-bye.